Hi, I'm Vila Loukas, and I'm here with Eden Hershberger, and we are talking about the 5 key ingredients for inner radiance. And we're starting with the first one, which is being able to connect to your true self in your inner light. So, Eden, what I'm really curious to hear more about from your experiences. So you've been on this path and doing this work now for a number of years, like 3 years?
5. I'm coming up on my 5th year.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So what was it like? So we're talking about these key ingredients and what it means to connect to your true self and your inner light. So you feel like that's true for you now. You are connected in that way.
Absolutely. Over the last 5 years, I've really been tapping more into connecting with myself more. And that's not something that you're taught growing up in our society. And it was actually something that I was running away from for a really long time. And
running away from being connected to yourself?
From being connected to myself entirely. Yeah, I was wanting to take myself out of the picture, numb myself through so many different arenas.
And do you think that's a typical thing for people?
In my generation and a couple of the generations around, yes, definitely. It's something that society wants us to do. And I just wasn't buying it. I was like, I knew that there was something so much more to myself.
In so many ways, like that's what makes life simple or smooth, right? It's just don't rock the boat. Don't knock the status quo, right? Stay in line with what you're taught and what you're shown
and please others, because for some reason I believed that my awakening would hurt my relationships with others, when in fact it's actually really improved them so much. My presence, my self-presence with others is amazing. And so
yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because it's like, as humans, we are designed to grow and develop. We're not designed to like stay on a plateau and stay in one place. That's kind of this false understanding we have of like, what is life about? We are growth oriented. That's why we start as little tiny babies and grow into development, right? We're not like born ready to go. So that's interesting but I've seen that. I've heard that belief a lot, like, oh, if I start living my truth, it's going to scare people away, or it's going to keep, it's going to cause problems in my relationships.
Yeah, that was such a core belief of mine. And what's amazing is through the tools that I gained through initiation, it's really helped me impact my life and my relationships with others. It's helped me impact my relationship to myself. And honestly, the biggest piece that's come through is like really getting to know myself outside of like the societal structure that I put myself into.
And what I love about that is I can tell, I can feel it just in your energy system and in general, but it's like the satisfaction that you get from like really enjoying yourself, like really like being with yourself, and like
people feel it when I'm like at work or something. People are like, who are you? What is going on? And that's because I'm shining my highest joy, and I'm really connected into loving myself and committed to that. And that's another piece that's come through this lineage for me, is really about that connection to myself that I never would have imagined coming through.
So the very first place we start in doing this work of waking up is with a life activation session. So it's a one-on-one session. It's actually a session that both Eden and I both offer. So if you're ready to like wake up and have something more, this connection to your true self, your true light, be more of a regular thing in your life instead of like, oh wait, I sort of heard about that, or you know what, I'm just going to stay asleep. Then I invite you to come on in. Follow all of the great links here. You can book a consultation, you can book a session, and let's just get it going on. Let's get you connected to your true light. Anything else you want to say?
No.